Thank you, SIOP, for giving me the Humanitarian Award for 2022. I have always been concerned with the application of industrial and organizational psychology to the well-being and the welfare of the worker, and also improving the relationship between the employee and management. In that respect, I recall being influenced as an undergraduate by the work of Elton Mayo and the Hawthorne studies, by the work of Douglas McGregor and his Theory X and Theory Y, and by Ed Schein and Victor Vroom. I had my first opportunity when I got involved in a national program to bring help to employees who were alcoholics through the occupational alcoholism programs developed in the 1970s. The program monitored job performance and spotted employees who showed a decline in productivity, and then pressured them to seek help with the promise that their jobs would not be in jeopardy. Because decrement in job performance can be attributed to causes other than substance abuse, the process developed into what is now known as the Employee Assistance Programs and has become a successful universal process for bringing help to employees experiencing the whole host of problems that affect performance. My second opportunity came to me with my appointment as a representative to the United Nations from the International Association of Applied Psychology. I am old enough to remember the end of the Second World War and the creation of the United Nations as the only hope for not having another such war. At age 10, when my friends all wanted to play for the New York Yankees, I wanted to be Secretary General of the United Nations. This did not happen, but my appointment gave me the opportunity to bring applied psychology to the deliberations of the United Nations. As an accredited representative, we could submit 1,500 Word documents relevant to psychology to all meetings and commissions and committees, and even have an opportunity to speak at the UN. I was involved in writing papers on reducing poverty, supporting the concept of decent work, and the UN recognition of mental health as equivalent to physical health in all of their social programs. In working with the UN, I was particularly concerned with data that showed a positive correlation between the length of time an employee worked at the UN and their mental health issues, including depression, substance abuse, and PTSD. We aided the Human Resource Department in confronting their management style and implementing a mental health project, and participated in the first Mental Health Day at the UN. I was delighted when SIOP applied for accreditation to the UN and was happy to be appointed an honorary member of the SIOP delegation to the UN. During that time, I was working for a management consulting firm and spent 4 days a week at the firm and 1 day a week at the UN. During that 1 day at the UN, I was exposed to all the ills of the world. I heard and read reports about the extent of poverty in the world, the AIDS epidemic, discrimination against minorities and indigenous people, and the extent of slavery and forced labor, and discrimination against women and girls, and the lack of educational opportunities all over the world. I began to experience a disconnect in my life between the 4 days of working as a practitioner and the 1 day I was immersed in the troubles of the world. I then read an article by Stuart Carr in which he described his use of IO psychology to help aid groups in Africa work more effectively and efficiently for the benefit of the people who required outside help to survive. I thought, wow, IO as a discipline can help the world. I contacted Stu Carr and we put together a PSYOP session on reducing poverty. This was a very successful presentation which led to the creation of the concept of humanitarian work psychology as a sub-discipline of IO, and to the creation of the Global Organization for Humanitarian Work Psychology, which in turn led to research and PSYOP conference presentations relevant to humanitarian work. I was delighted when the conference committee created the pro-social category for conference proposals. This led to several articles and chapters, as well as an edited book relevant to humanitarian work psychology. At the UN itself, I was involved in bringing together the 12 associations accredited to the UN into a united front to increase the clout of psychology at the UN. It has been an interesting career as an IO psychologist, and this award is the icing on the top of my career. Thank you.